Oh, hello everyone.
Hello.
Nice to see you here. I hope your Sunday is going as well as can be expected. Here we are out and about at the moment. We are having our usual Saturday walk. Unfortunately, it has started raining. It is now raining. It is pouring down. So we are taking shelter under some trees.
We are.
And we're having a very nice time sheltering from the rain. And we couldn't resist doing a few moments of filming because, of course, today it is Sunday where you are, because now we are live streaming on YouTube. And, of course, coming up today, we also have everyone's favourite, Mr. Steve. Are you excited?
Oh, very, Mr. Duncan. And we'll tell you later all about the exciting Guy Fawkes night and all the fireworks and celebrations that went on in this area, if there were any.
Yes,
we'll
because
tell you all about them.
Because today it's the 5th of November. We just gave the robins some of their food. They are now very friendly towards us because when they see us, they know that there will be some food given very promptly.
Well, one of them came and landed on your hat. That's how friendly they are.
It didn't really, by the way, before anyone gets amazed. Do you like my hat? Talking of hats, this is a very unusual hat. I don't normally wear this hat, but I thought today I would because it matches my shirt, I think. My shirt, you see, it goes with the shirt. Anyway, we will let you carry on with your Sunday. I hope you will enjoy today's live stream. We are talking all about being unique and special, which I think is very suitable for us because a lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, Mr. Steve, there is no one else like you. They definitely broke the mould when they made you.
We're not sure if that's a compliment or not.
Find out what that means a little bit later on. But now, let's get on with today's live stream. Here we go again. We are back, everyone. Yes, English Addict is with you once more for a Sunday afternoon UK time. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm late. I had some technical problems. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you are feeling happy. It's been very stressful here. Lots of things going wrong. Besides my computer deciding not to connect to the internet, we've also had some strange things happening with the electricity. So I'm not sure if they are about to cut the electricity off in this area. Something very strange is going on, I have to say. Anyway, we are here. We've made it finally. Nice to see you here today. It is English Addict with myself, Mr. Duncan. I love English. I am one of those up there. Have you noticed? I'm an English addict, and I have a feeling you might be as well. So first of all, apologies for being a little late. I was here early. Believe it or not, I was actually here, with plenty of time to spare. But unfortunately, I had a slight technical problem. I don't know what it was. It seems to be something that happens from time to time. Unfortunately, the time that it decided to do it today was just as I was going on to the live stream, so I do apologise for that. Anyway, we are here. My name is Duncan, and now we all know that that is the case. How has your week been? Has it been a good one? We are here together again. We have made it all the way to the end of another weekend and also the end of another week as well. How has your weekend been? Yes, it is Sunday. So, the story so far is as follows. I am late because I had some technical problems. Also, the lights keep going off here in the studio now and again. So there might be a slight problem with the electricity because we've had a lot of rain this morning, a little bit of wind. But enough about Mr. Steve's stomach. Talking of which, we have Mr. Steve coming in a moment because we are late and we did have technical problems. But Mr. Steve will be here in a few moments' time. He's just getting ready. He's just doing some stretching. In fact, Steve has been busy in the garden this week doing all sorts of things. We might talk about that. Lots of things to talk about today, in fact. We are talking about being unique, a person who is special or maybe unusual or maybe something that exists that is unlike anything else that exists anywhere else in the world. It is something that is unique. We will be talking about that a little bit later on. Can I say hello to the live chat? Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for being patient today. Very nice to see that you were waiting for me. I am having a little bit of a confusing morning because we've had some technical problems, but it doesn't matter. It makes no difference. I am here anyway. Can I say hello to Mosen? You were first on my first attempt at having today's live stream. So congratulations, Mosen, and also congratulations to Anna. Anna Wah. Guess what? You were first on today's live chat for the second time during my second attempt. So well done. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, where is Mr. Steve? Well, he might be here in a moment. He might be here in the studio at any moment. If you wish hard enough, he might appear right after this. What a morning. We've had a very strange morning. I think we might have a power cut at some point today. I don't know what is going on, but lots of things are happening. And yes, this is English Addict. We've finally sorted out all the problems and we are here. Here we are again, a little bit different, and it's not my fault, trust me. It's nothing I've done. Here he is.
Oh, you didn't give me any warning, Mr. Duncan.
I gave you no warning. Well, I thought you would realise.
Well, you normally play that little bit of music and then the things come down.
Well, it's all changed.
Well, you should tell me about these things. I didn't get any emails, Mr. Duncan, to tell me of changes in the way that you do the live stream.
Over the next couple of weeks, you will notice some changes taking place here on the live stream. Some changes with the appearance, some changes with the music, some changes with everything except us. Unfortunately, we will stay the same and there will be no difference in the appearance of him and also me as well.
Hello, by the way. Hello to everybody. I've been waiting, Mr. Duncan. I've been waiting to come on. I've been chomping at the bit, as they say. That means you're excited.
Actually, it's
like a horse.
It's champing.
Champing.
Not chomping. A lot of people get that one wrong.
I stand. Well, of course, well done, Mr. Duncan. I was wondering how long it'd take you to realise I'd made that mistake. You see, I thought I'd just a little test for Mr. Duncan there, and he passed it. Well done.
It didn't take very long for me to notice.
So champing at the bit, like presumably like a horse.
Yes, you're champing,
raring to go.
Yes,
but it sounds like chomping. It's like you're eating something, isn't it? Yes, so yes, well done. I'm glad you spotted that. I deliberately put that in, Mr. Duncan, to see if you would spot it.
Nope.
And just to show all the viewers how clever you are.
Yeah, great.
Yes, people are liking my. Satarino says I like your camouflage shirt. Yes. Yes, I thought I'd wear something different today, Mr. Duncan.
It's certainly different. You might even describe it as unique.
Yes, it's a unique shirt. I don't think there's any others like this in the world. I haven't worn this for years.
And why should there be?
I bet it's 10 years since I wore this shirt.
Yes, well, this shirt is a shirt I used to wear when we first met. So this shirt you've had for over 30 years.
You used to wear it?
Yes, this shirt is so old. You do realise that, don't you?
But it's my shirt, though, isn't it?
It is your shirt, but I would sometimes wear Mr. Steve's clothes because we do have similar body shapes. So I can wear Mr. Steve's clothes sometimes, except for the dresses and the skirts. I don't wear those. I just leave those for Mr. Steve to wear.
Vitas says it's a vintage shirt.
Yes, it is.
So in other words, it's an old shirt. It is quite old. Are you saying it's vintage because we told you it was 30 years old, or because you're looking at it and saying that looks like a very old-fashioned shirt?
Maybe the person wearing it is vintage.
I think it looks quite nice, actually. I wonder if I could resurrect this shirt for everyday use.
Well, what I like about that, what I like, Steve, is it matches my little thing on my shirt. So it's actually the same colours that are being used in this and also that.
I saw it. I thought I'll wear that. If you resurrect something, by the way.
Yes.
Like an idea or something, it means it was dead and you've brought it back to life. Okay. So an idea or a relationship, you can resurrect something. It means you just bring it back. It was dead. You'd forgotten about it and you bring it back to life again. So this shirt, I've resurrected it, Mr. Duncan.
So it was dead?
It was dead. It was, well, it's a metaphor, isn't it? So it's out of use, not in use. And I brought it back to life. It is now being viewed and admired across the world.
You might say that it's come back from obscurity.
Yes, that's another word. Yeah,
so something that is obscure is no longer around or has been forgotten about, a little bit like me. Rather like me, a lot of people say I'm now obsolete, obscure, forgotten, and I need resurrecting.
That's not very nice. Palmyra says it's her colours, or the colours of the earth.
That's very nice.
It is. I could go out into the bush, couldn't I, Mr. Duncan?
Yes.
And I would be in disguise.
It's been a while since I've been near any bushes.
Unlike me. And I've been outside planting bushes, or to be more accurate, conifer plants.
Yes. So we are at the moment starting to put right some of the problems that we have in the garden, but not today because it's raining. We have a lot of rain. It's a little bit miserable, but enough about Mr. Steve.
Florence Yvonne Robassa says that the T-shirt or the shirt is unique, as are you, both of us.
Okay.
So getting into the theme of your programme.
Yes, I'm not sure if I'm not unique.
I think you are.
Sorry, I was about to finish that off with another sentence, you see, but I forgot it now. Anyway, it's gone.
Yes, quite a few people are calling it a T-shirt. It's not actually technically a T-shirt.
This isn't.
No, I know, but I'm just saying some people are calling it a T-shirt.
It's not a T-shirt.
Yeah, there we go. It's got long sleeves.
Yeah.
Long sleeves.
It's a dress shirt.
So it's a dress shirt. Or a smart casual shirt.
Yes. So it's a shirt with a collars on the arms there.
Collars, yes, buttons.
And you have cuffs and collars. So the collar is there and the cuffs are there.
Stop manhandling me, Mr. Duncan. Oh. Manhandle. You say that even if I was a woman, you would still say manhandle. Even if I was a woman, which I'm not, but you don't say woman handle, do you?
Not today, anyway. I think tomorrow you're a woman, aren't you?
No.
Mondays and Thursdays, Mr. Steve is a woman.
I'm all man, Mr. Duncan, and if you were to have filled me early, you'd have seen me outside digging and hauling thick mud and soil around like a true man. Only men do that work. I'm joking. Of course, women can do that sort of work as well. But you would describe me as manly, Mr. Duncan, if you'd seen me earlier. Okay. Interestingly enough,
you are protesting too much.
You haven't filmed me putting the trees in, have you?
I can't be bothered.
Normally film everything that moves.
Well,
even a leaf.
But the problem is if I film you, you complain. You say, "Oh, Mr.
I don't complain.
You're always filming me."
I never complain.
You never tell me. So when I don't film you, you complain. I can't win.
Something else going on. Not quite sure what, but we'll get to the bottom of it. So unfortunately, you cannot see what I've been doing in the garden because Mr. Duncan has neglected to film it.
Does anyone want to see?
Francesca, the colours of autumn. Yes, that's right, it is. Autumn, as I am in the autumn of my years.
Yes.
No.
Autumn, I think maybe midwinter.
If you say you are in the autumn of your years, it means that you are probably over 60.
Yes.
You're in the third quarter of your existence.
Okay.
Which is, if you're going to live till 75, yeah, that's about 60, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I think I've gone beyond the autumn.
Why did you do that?
I always do that. I always count with my fingers, just like a child.
You do your arithmetic like a 5-year-old.
I've always done that, Mr. Duncan. Look, Saturino says, I can match the camouflage shirt with a pair of white pants. I could do, yes.
What, you mean underwear?
Anyway, I'm distracting Mr. Duncan away because we're late anyway, so we've got a lot to pack in, haven't we?
We're late, so this is going to be shorter than normal because we had some technical problems. I don't know what the problem is. I think it might be. I'm not sure if it's connected to my computer or the software that I'm using to stream with, or it's something to do with the internet connection. I'm not sure. I haven't worked out what it is, but we definitely had a major problem today. It wouldn't work. It just would not work, and everything stopped working, and then everything locked up. So I think it might be connected to this actual software that I'm using now. I think it might. I'm not sure. We will see.
Time to ditch and switch.
Yeah. What?
Ditch and switch.
Okay.
Is an expression that is used.
Never heard of it.
Ditch and switch, yes. So they use it a lot with energy companies.
Oh.
So if you can find a cheaper energy company, which you can't at the moment, then you ditch it and switch to a cheaper one. Same with car insurance, house insurance. Ditch and switch. So I'm saying with your provider, you've got to ditch and switch.
Yes. Well, it's not so much a provider, it's more just software that exists.
Yeah, that's it. Change the software. Ditch it and switch it.
Yes, in my computer, unfortunately. So it is a dull day. There's not much light. It's been raining. It's starting to feel like autumn, and of course leading towards winter. And of course at this time of year, today is the 6th of November, but yesterday it was the 5th of November, wasn't it, Steve? Which is traditionally something called Bonfire Night, where people mark or they commemorate the failed attempt at blowing up the Houses of Parliament by Guy Fawkes.
A long time ago.
So last night we had fireworks. Well, actually, there weren't that many going off, were there?
No, the neighbours, certainly nobody in our vicinity.
Yes.
In our vicinity, that's sort of near to us.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me, in our near vicinity, had any fireworks. And I think the reason, Mr. Duncan, is because everybody moans, because everyone's got blooming dogs. As soon as anyone puts any fireworks into the air, everyone goes on the local village website. Think about our dogs before you put fireworks on. Which really annoys us, doesn't it?
You put fireworks on?
Before you set off your fireworks, think that your neighbours have got dogs. Well, once a year, if you know it's Guy Fawkes night and there's going to be fireworks, then take your blooming dogs inside and stick your fingers in its ears.
Yes.
Because otherwise you're going to have to say the same thing on New Year's Day as well. If you've got a dog or a pet that doesn't like fireworks, then you need to do something, because there's always going to be fireworks. Why should we change our lives just because you've got a dog? That's my moan of the day. That's my whinge. That's my rant, Mr. Duncan.
Good.
I'm allowed to have a little rant.
So
you said you were going to let me off my leash.
All right, Steve.
No, it's as if I was a dog, which I'm not. Who doesn't like fireworks?
I'll be taking you to the vet in a minute and have you put down. So yesterday was firework night, bonfire night, with all of the beautiful fireworks going off. You can see them on the screen right now. Isn't that lovely?
Oh.
You're getting a sense
of what didn't happen here last night.
Yeah, there weren't that many. I think what's happening, Steve, is people can't afford to spend money on fireworks.
The recession is biting.
And why would you?
And talking of recession, our lovely Bank of England governor has warned. I mean, imagine this on the news. He's not holding back. We do like him, don't we? We like our Bank of England governor because he just tells it how it is. I mean, he came on the television the other night and said it's going to be the worst depression in 100 years.
What's his name?
Okay, can't think of his name now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
The previous one was Mark Carney.
Yes.
But I can't remember the name of the
Isn't his
one
name
now.
Mark Stevens?
No.
Oh, no.
Can't think of his name.
Okay, no, but you don't know.
I don't know. Well, I didn't say I knew.
But it might be Mark Stevens.
It's not. I know it's not that.
Okay.
But yes, look forward to 2 years of the worst recession in 100 years.
Why do you sound
up?
Why do you sound so happy about it?
I know I ought to get another job, Mr. Duncan, because otherwise we don't want to be in a recession with me out of work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, over to you, Mr. Duncan.
I'm still disappointed by the fact that my stupid computer didn't work. I wanted to smash everything up with a hammer today. I really did.
He will do that one day.
I will do that one day. I know it will happen, definitely.
Right, Mr. Duncan, what's occurring?
Well, so far you've really depressed me.
I haven't depressed you. Why have I depressed you?
You've just been talking about recession for the next 2
Andrew
years.
Bailey, thank you, Autumn. That's it.
Okay, then there we go.
I couldn't remember.
It was Andrew then. I got the first name right.
Well, that's no good.
Yes, but you said it wasn't that.
Well, it wasn't that.
But I got the first name right.
50%.
Yes.
Right is not good enough, Mr. Duncan. When it comes to a name.
So it was right.
It's like saying...
his name is Andrew.
Like saying Duncan Mendes, and when it's Lewis Mendes.
Okay.
I feel quite cheery. I feel quite cheery.
No, that is not cheery. That is psychotic.
Somebody said right. Yeah. No, don't.
Sorry?
Right. Yes. No. Carry on, Mr. Duncan.
Yeah, say words clearly so we can understand.
I'll drink
I think I'm going to drink as well. I've got some water
pure
here
vodka.
in my England cup.
No, we don't want vodka anymore, do we? It's not a good drink anymore.
Why not?
Well, it comes from Russia, doesn't it? Vodka. We're supposed to be boycotting things from Russia.
So you are anti-Russia.
Well, I'm not saying I'm anti-Russia, but I'm not anti-Russia. I'm anti-leaders of Russia.
You can buy some British vodka
Uh,
made from potatoes and...
No, there's got to be very clear about that. We're not anti-Russia or anti-Russians at all, but we are certainly anti a certain person who's in charge. But anyway, let's not go down that road. Controversial. Oh, God. See, I'm trying to be cheerful, Mr. Duncan. Because
You're not. This is not cheerful,
Trying to be
by the
cheerful.
way. There are psychiatrists watching this at the moment, making notes. They're writing notes down for their next seminar, and you are going to be the subject. Are you okay today?
Yes, well, as soon as I get on the live chat, no matter what's happening in my life or who's upset me, I get cheerful.
Which
when
is
I come
not
on the live
much.
streams.
It's not much, by the way. There's not much going on at the moment in our lives. Maybe that's a good thing.
Mr. Duncan, you're the one that's being depressive.
No,
You've got to move
no,
on
that's
from the
good.
problems. Move on.
No, I'm glad there isn't much going on. It's nice to relax, finally. After
We were whining and dining yesterday. Well, not whining and dining. We were in a local cafe yesterday.
If there's one thing I would not describe what we were doing yesterday as, is whining and dining.
Well,
we were in a cafe.
we were in a cafe, a local cafe.
Eating cake and coffee.
Yes.
I would hardly call that whining and dining.
Yes, but other people were whining and dining.
Yeah.
It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was aghast. Aghast. Surprised? That means surprised.
Yes, surprised.
Surprised that people were drinking wine at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It does not compute. Does not compute. To me, drinking. I know lots of people like alcohol.
Are you
but
sure you haven't been drinking?
they were all sipping away on wine.
Yes, it's okay. Daytime drinking of alcohol is allowed in this country. Where do you think this is? Qatar?
I just thought it was, it's not something I've ever really done. I mean, call me boring, but I'm not a big drinker, and nor are you.
Hello, boring.
So just to go out to a local cafe and drink wines, I don't know. Maybe I should try it. Maybe we ought to try that, Mr. Duncan.
Yeah, but it's not unusual for people to go out for afternoon or even lunchtime dinners or to eat or drink and have alcohol. It's not unusual. You should try it in Paris. We were in Paris and there are wine bars everywhere.
Yes.
And they're open during the day. So I don't think drinking alcohol during the day is all that unusual. I mean, most pubs, most bars here in the UK open at around about 10 o'clock in the morning, some of them, or 11 o'clock in the morning. And there's always someone in there. I do find it amazing that people can't wait to actually have alcohol, because I don't ever feel that need to have it.
We've all got our vices, our addictions. Yours is sugar and chocolate.
Yes, I like a little bit of chocolate now.
It's mine as well.
Can you believe it? Yesterday we went into the local shop after having off our whining and dining. It was not either of those things, but we went into the shop and I wanted to get a packet of Kit Kats, and Steve told me I couldn't have any.
No, you can't have any Kit Kats, Mr. Duncan.
Can I just say I really enjoyed that. I can't begin to tell you how much I enjoyed that.
I thought you were going to punch me in the face.
No, that was...
No, because, we are trying to be healthy.
Yes.
And we'd already bought some Jaffa cakes, a big box of Jaffa cakes. So, Mr. Duncan, as I know, we get towards the till, and in many shops, when you get near the till, there's all the tempting chocolate bars and
Yeah.
sweets.
Yes. Why not?
And so while you're waiting there, Mr. Duncan is, look at that. And I forbade him to buy. Well, I didn't actually stop you. I just said, oh no, Mr. Duncan.
Well, you did. You did stop me.
I didn't stop
You said you don't want those.
You've got your own money.
You said don't get those. Don't get those. It was like I was a child with his mother, and he was being told off by his mother because he wanted some sweeties, and his mummy said, "No, you can't have any sweeties."
I'm thinking of your health and your figure, Mr. Duncan. Tomic, hello, Tomic.
Hello,
yes, we are doing well.
Yes, we are doing okay.
It's a good job you were late because we were too.
Yes, we were very late because of technical problems. Oh,
Do I eat dark chocolate? Yes.
you
No,
know what? This might be the last time I ever do this.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Oh, Mr. Duncan, come on, Mr. Duncan. What were you got planned?
This is just terrible. What we're doing at the moment is awful.
Is it? Is
it-
this awful?
Is anyone,
Tell us. Let
is
us
anyone
know.
watching that really wants to watch it, or have you just fallen over? Maybe you've slipped over on something and you've fallen over, and your iPad has gone across the room, and it's still playing this live stream, but you can't move to crawl towards your computer device to change.
Well, you need to resurrect this live stream, Mr. Duncan.
This trust me, this live stream is dead on arrival. There is nothing that can be done. There is no science in the world that can resurrect any of this. But is this any good? I think this is terrible.
Quite know where you're going with this, Mr.
I
Duncan.
think I think what we're doing today is awful. I think this is the worst thing. That might be the worst thing on YouTube at the moment. It might be.
Well, do something then, Mr. Duncan. If you don't think it's going the way you want it to, do something.
Everything went wrong.
But it's not now. It's working.
Oh, don't get angry with me.
I'm not,
just-
but I don't. Anyway,
I just-
right.
I just wonder sometimes. I'm doing this sometimes, and I'm going. I think, what the hell am I doing?
Well, that's probably not the sort of thing you should be saying on a live stream.
I'm a 57-year-old man, and I'm here doing
I'll tell you
this.
what. Why don't you just end it then, Mr. Duncan?
And what?
Well, you obviously clearly are not in the mood for doing this today, so why don't you just
No,
end
I'm
it?
just joking. I'm joking.
Are
by the
you?
way. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good then. There's a lot of people come on to watch us today, Mr. Duncan.
Really?
And yes, so, we need to provide the English teaching that they have come here for. And I'm up for it, Mr. Duncan. Are you?
The problem with doing this, and I'm going to say it now, is I'm not a person who is interesting enough for anyone to feature me anywhere on the internet. YouTube thinks I'm just garbage. What do you think, Steve?
I don't know what to say, to be honest, Mr. Duncan. I really don't know what to say.
I was just frustrated because my stupid computer didn't work, and then the internet didn't work. I had to shut everything off.
Yeah, we know, Mr. Duncan. We know that, but it's
I know.
working now.
I know, but I just hate it when it happens. I don't think you're in any position to criticise me because you want to see him when his computer doesn't work.
Yeah, but I'm not live on,
No.
talking to lots of people when it happens.
Anyway, let's carry on.
Right. So what's the theme of today? Unique.
well, we've
This will
already-
be a unique live stream when we watch it later.
There is nothing unique about any of this. Trust me. I'm just winding Steve up now.
You're doing a very good job, Mr. Duncan.
It's
A
all right.
very good
Don't
job.
take it too seriously. It's only the internet. That's what I always say. So we were out yesterday. We had a lovely walk. We had a lovely meal. We were wining and dining on cake and coffee, weren't we?
Yes, I've just said that. Yeah.
And we were sitting there and we realised that the place was full of people. And it's a new place. What we should do, Steve, here's my thought. We should get sponsorship from that place. We won't say the name of the place now because we want to save it. So we might go in next week and we might say, hey, we have a live stream that goes out on YouTube, and we have, on average, 55 or maybe 56 people watching sometimes. Would you like to sponsor our show? And they might say, yes, yes. And we will give you free coffee and cake every week if you mention our business. What do you think?
Yeah, but the problem is when we tell them that nobody's watching in the UK, they might think that it's not really going to help to grow their business.
Well, what I call that is
an
an investment, because they might travel here one day. They might come here. They might visit the UK, and the first thing they will do is go to Much Wenlock, and they will visit that particular place.
Vitas says, let's talk about uniqueness, which is the theme of this lesson, which I keep trying to get you to do, Mr. Duncan.
That's good.
You have obviously prepared things for this live stream.
I tried my best. I did a lot of work today, which is why I was so upset. I was going to bring in a new segment, a new thing today as well, a new little quiz, very similar to the sentence game. Very similar. Who remembers the sentence game? So I was going to do something today called Fill in the Blanks. Do you like the sound of that?
Yes.
Fill in the blanks. So I was going to show some sentences on the screen, and then I was going to ask you, viewer out there, to give some suggestions of the missing words. But I don't think I'll be doing that because I don't have time, you see. We are talking about, Steve.
Right.
Steve, today we are talking about being unique.
Yes.
Yes. I think Mr. Steve is a unique person.
We all are. We're all unique, all of us.
But some more unique.
Some people stand out more than others.
Yeah.
Some people have certain characteristics.
Some people are slightly odd. Some people are unusual, strange, weird. And all of those things can also be unique. So a person who is doing things differently from others might be described as unique. Would you say?
Definitely. Yeah, well, everybody is unique because we're all, created unique. There's never anybody else like Mr. Duncan, like me, like anybody watching now. There never will be anybody else exactly like us. We're one-offs, all of us.
Yes.
Of course, in an infinite universe, then that probably we will live again, but that's another thing altogether. We won't go into that. But yeah, certainly on this planet,
Well, yes.
in this space and time,
Okay.
there will never be anybody else like any of us ever again. There might be somebody similar, very similar. You might have a child that's very similar, inherits a lot of your characteristics.
Yes.
Or you might have a twin.
Yeah, a twin. But
a
even
biological genetic twin.
But even twins are unique, I suppose, each one, because they're not exactly the same. They're always slightly different.
Well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it?
Yes, in characteristic.
Yes. So even though twins are genetically identical, they will still be different because they will have slightly different experiences. So the end result, what you end up with as an adult, will be slightly different.
Yes.
One might be slightly slimmer than the other one, or the other one might have gone into a different field, a different job. So they will therefore develop different characteristics and different behaviours. They might cut their hair differently.
Yes.
So yes, which just shows you this nature argument is true. That how you're nurtured, what happens as you grow up, makes you a unique person. I mean, if I'd been born, I've often thought of this. If we'd been born now,
Okay.
then our experience, we'd be totally different people. Or if I was born even if I was born when I was born, which was 1961, if I had got a different set of friends or gone into a different career, I would be now a very different person to what I am now, because we make these choices, these different pathways come up in your life, and you go down different forks in the road, and you end up being different to what you otherwise would have been. So we could live probably 100 lives and we'd be different people.
So I could be better than this if I'd been born on a Saturday.
Absolutely, Mr. Duncan. Yes.
Yes. Anything could be better than this, really, when you think about it.
Well,
anything.
There we go. Yeah. So Tomic's very excited because he thinks that the sentence game is coming back.
Okay. What about all the
Maybe
other
not
people
today.
on the live chat?
Well, I'm just making that comment because you did talk about this new...
Hello, Valentin. I will say hello to Valentin. Hello, Palmyra. Are you ready to pay $8 to be on Twitter, Mr. Duncan? Well, I don't have to worry about it because I'm not verified. I don't have a blue tick on Twitter or on YouTube. Can you believe that? I don't even have a verified tick or a little check mark here on YouTube. I've only been doing it for 16 years and I only have over 1 million subscribers, but I'm not even verified. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Isn't it great? It goes back to what I was saying earlier, you see. So no, I don't worry about the $8 or the £6.50, I suppose, if it was converted into pounds. No, I'm not really worried about it because I'm not verified. I am on Twitter, but I don't have a check mark, so I don't have to worry about it. And I'm certainly not going to buy one because that's pretty sad and desperate, if I was honest with you.
No, I'm not on Twitter, Palmyra. You are correct.
Yes. Steve is just about on the internet.
I haven't got time for social media. I just haven't got time. I'd much rather be doing something more interesting. Learning some new music or something, or this is why I don't get into Facebook, because I just haven't got the time to keep. Once you start, you've got to keep answering all these queries, reading everybody's posts, liking things. I can't be bothered. I'm just too old for that, Mr. Duncan.
Yes. Also, you don't know how to use it.
Perhaps I'm just perhaps I'm antisocial. Perhaps that's what it is.
You're anti-social media. Do you like that?
Am, yes.
There you go. I think I may have just invented a new phrase there.
Well, we've got a friend who's the same age as me, a couple of years younger maybe, and she doesn't use email, let alone Twitter or any social media. The only way she doesn't even like using the phone. The only way you can communicate with her is by writing a letter. I mean, that's taking things to the extreme. But anyway, Mr. Duncan, we need to talk about uniqueness.
Well, I do think, that's unique nowadays. A person who doesn't use email or even have a mobile phone or a smartphone might be described as unique because everyone else has one. So that's probably a good example of it.
Mosen wants your Twitter account.
My Twitter? Are you sure that you want it, though? Because on Twitter, I am a little bit more uncensored on Twitter.
Ooh.
Yes, I do say things. For example, at the moment, I've got a post on there where I talk about the hypocrisy of Budweiser being one of the main sponsors of the FIFA World Cup in a country where alcohol is virtually banned and carefully controlled.
That's grief.
So Budweiser are actually one of the main sponsors of the FIFA World Cup, which is being held in Qatar, which happens to be a place where alcohol cannot be imported in any way because you will be sent to prison for a very long time, and it's also carefully controlled as well. As I understand it, women can't drink alcohol and are not allowed into bars. Bars don't really exist, and yet one of the main sponsors is an alcohol company. And I said, can you believe it? And that's one of the posts on my Twitter account. I don't like hypocrisy when people try to pretend to be something they are not, to give an example to other people, to seem better than other people. But in fact, they're not. They're not, because everyone, at some point in their lives is a hypocrite. Maybe even me, maybe even Mr. Steve. But I like to think that we are not really very often hypocrites. So that's the sort of thing you can find on my Twitter.
So what is it then? Do you have a name to it? I don't know how it works, Twitter.
I can't even remember what it is. I don't use it very often.
Well, that's it. So Mr. Duncan's not really doing anything on it.
Well, I do things on it, but I don't post all the time.
Oh, right.
But I think it's Mr. Duncan. Just put Twitter and just put Mr. Duncan.
But you don't really do much on it, so it's not really worth going on to, because Mr. Duncan's not posting lots of things.
There are some very interesting posts on there, but I'm not sure if you would like to read them, because that's the place where I like to type my angry moments. So, like that. So have a look anyway. You might like it. You might not. I can't wait till the World Cup begins. I really can't, because I'm pretty sure we're going to hear some horror stories, especially when the good folk of Qatar come into contact with English football fans. Can I just say that English football fans do have a reputation for getting drunk and maybe a little bit rowdy as well. So I can't wait to see what happens when those two cultures meet in the middle.
It's sure to be controversial. This whole World Cup is going to be very controversial.
And don't even get me started on David Beckham. What an absolute banana. Banana.
Is this Twitter or YouTube, Mr. Duncan? It feels like it's turning into Twitter.
Well, if it was Twitter, I would say something slightly more explicit. But here, he's a banana. He's a hypocritical banana for taking millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds to talk about how wonderful Qatar is. And then in the past, he's also spoken out against certain countries and their ways of treating people. So he's a hypocrite. He's a very, very wealthy hypocrite. Anything else?
No, I have no comment to make whatsoever on that subject,
No.
Mr. Duncan.
Well, I think it's a reasonable subject to talk about. And I know I don't have many people watching in that country, so I think I'm okay.
Well, is anyone watching from Qatar? Please let us know and what you think of the World Cup.
Yes.
And everything that's going to be going on.
Maybe we should go there. Because I've heard that there are lots of lovely places where you and I would be very welcome.
We have been warned not to go, by the way.
The local police stations.
We have been warned.
And the morality police.
Not to go to Qatar.
Well, not us in person.
Well, us and other people who have similar persuasions, shall we say? Similar.
What?
What's the word I'm looking for?
Well, just
gay people.
Well, anyone really, anyone.
Yes.
If you like drinking alcohol and fighting in the streets, that's the part I'm looking forward to, because I don't think they realise yet what they are actually letting themselves in for.
Well, I think they will have lots of police there ready to quell, to crush, to stop any form of violence, alcoholism. Alcoholism and the things that are generally associated with sort of football fanatics and not fanatics. Football, what's the word I'm looking for? People go mad in football matches, don't they? Well, violence associated with football.
Yes. Well, it is. All sport is pretty corrupt anyway. I mean, that's how Qatar got the World Cup in the first place. It was just bribery. Who remembers Sepp Blatter? Possibly the most corrupt person who's ever lived. And he was getting money from all over the place to put forward all of these lovely countries that wanted to sponsor or be a part of the World Cup, which is why the World Cup is being held 3 weeks before Christmas in a country that doesn't have any history of playing football and had to build all of their stadiums from scratch. So it's brilliant. I'm sure no corruption took place. I'm pretty sure of it.
Absolutely not. All above board.
I'm sure it was all completely on the level.
Above board. That means legitimate, legal, no funny business going on. Yeah, if you're a straight person who doesn't drink and is very moderate in their behaviour,
Yes.
you will have a very nice time, I'm sure, if you went out.
And not a woman. So you have to be not a woman as well.
Anyway, we're straying, Mr. Duncan.
No, we're not.
Could we afford to go there in the first place? Of course, that is a crucial
Yes.
question.
Well, I don't want to go there anyway because we wouldn't be welcome. I don't go to countries.
Thankfully, it looks like nobody from Qatar is actually watching.
No, well, I knew that already.
That's good.
I can find out, you see. I have ways of finding out where you are watching. And before I started talking about this subject, I did make sure that we don't have many people watching in Qatar. And we don't. We don't.
Well, anyway, if there were, I think they would be like-minded people, very open and free in their thinking, not fixed minds. See, people that come to watch us, Mr. Duncan, are people with flexible mindsets.
Yes.
And that's what I always appreciate when I see the comments on the live chat, is that a lot of people are like-minded, aren't they, on your channel, Mr. Duncan, and they're not closed-minded. They are open-minded. They're assessing things, thinking about things, forming opinions.
Yes.
They're not being told how to think.
That's it.
They're free-thinking people. That's
Yes.
what you all are.
That's it. It can be a bad thing, of course. Having a mind where you are able to think about things rationally can be a bad thing, especially in certain places, certain countries, certain parts of the world. Thinking is almost illegal. And of course, I put China on that list as well. Definitely. So today we are looking at uniqueness. I think this is a unique live stream. I think there is nothing else like it. There is nothing else on YouTube like this. Definitely. I'm pretty sure of
This
it.
shirt, we have already decided that this is a unique shirt. I bet there is not one other shirt like this in the world in existence, because I've had it 30 years and it wasn't even popular then. I never saw anybody wearing it then. So I'm hoping that this is probably unique, because I keep all my clothes. I don't throw them out unless they get holes in them.
Okay.
And we haven't got moths in our cupboards. So thankfully this has survived. But anyway, yes. All right, Mr. Duncan, carry on. Whatever you want to say. Have you got any sort of slides prepared or anything?
I was enjoying the guided tour of our wardrobe. I enjoyed that. Being unique, Mr. Steve. And you might notice I've spelt the word unique with different letters.
Different font sizes.
And to show that this spelling or this appearance of the word unique is itself unique.
Probably never ever in the history of the world has unique been
Displayed.
in that way.
Yes, look at that. So look how uniquely I have presented the word unique there. It's amazing. Is anyone still watching?
Yes, lots of people are watching, Mr. Duncan. Carry on.
I can almost sense the whole of the Middle East clicking away and blocking me. The word unique means special in that nothing else like it exists. So that is the basic use of the word unique. Unique is a word that describes something that is so special that nothing else like it exists anywhere. Well, on this planet, maybe somewhere else in the universe. As Mr. Steve said earlier, it might exist somewhere else, but we don't really know because we can't see it.
But right now, probably not.
Yes. A unique thing, like Mr. Steve, is like nothing else. It is the only one of its kind. So I think everyone is individual. You are right, what you said earlier. But I think some people, I don't know why, they just stand out more. They appear to have more charisma. Oh, that's a good word. Charisma. It's something that they have in their personality, and you can't quite explain what it is. So it's very, very interesting. So a unique thing is like nothing else. It is the only one of its kind. A rare thing or something unusual from everything else might be described as unique. So something unusual, something different, a rare thing, perhaps. Maybe something you only see or find ever so often. It can still be unique. Maybe something that happens only every 100 years is unique because it only happens occasionally, and you might not be alive to see it again. Like the blood moon on Tuesday. There is a blood moon. The moon will turn red and angry, and I don't think there's another one until 2025. So we have to wait a little bit longer.
So that's unique. Yes, that's unique for this year then.
It's also the midterm elections in the United States on Tuesday. So the moon might not be the only thing turning red. Oh, do you like that? Do you like what I did there?
Yes, that was clever, Mr. Duncan.
Yeah, I mean the colour of the party.
I know. I
not
get it.
Not blood.
Yes. You mean the same colour as a certain politician's red cap?
Yes.
That he wears a lot of.
I have to say, if you want to make a good entrance, land in a jumbo jet and come out from the jumbo jet and then go straight to the podium where you're going to give your speech. I think that is the best way to make an entrance. No one makes an entrance like Donald Trump, I think so. A rare thing or something unusual. You might say that Donald Trump is unique. There is nothing else.
There are other words you could use to describe Donald Trump.
There's nothing else like him.
That's a kind word.
Yes. We are thankful that there's no one else like him. A unique thing can be described as one of a kind. I like that, one of a kind. A thing that is one of a kind. You won't find it anywhere else. Like this live stream. You won't see this anywhere else. Nothing like this anywhere.
Yeah, which has its positive and negative things attached to it. But what's unique, I think, is the people that watch this channel as well.
Yes,
I keep saying that, but you are all wonderful, unique people.
I think so.
Come here to talk and communicate with like-minded people across the globe. People think I'm sucking up to your viewers, Mr. Duncan.
It does sound a bit patronising.
Well, I don't mean it to be patronising. I actually do mean it. But anyway.
So a unique thing can be one of a kind. Oh, a work of art or a rare natural event might be referred to as unique. So we often think of works of art, definitely. So you might see something hanging in a museum, a work of art by one of the greats. Can you think of a famous artist?
Yeah, Picasso.
Very
obvious, but yeah.
So he was unique. His style was unique. When he started making his rather unusual abstract artwork, a lot of people say that's very unusual. It's unique. So that's a good choice, actually. I like that one because Picasso was very unique as an individual, but also the way he created his art was very unusual as well. The way he represented the human face. He would put all of the details of someone's face on one side. So the eyes would be on the side of a person's face.
Here's someone that... Yeah, go on, yes.
Go on.
Here's someone that's got a very appropriate name. for this particular subject matter today,
Mm.
unique life design.
Hello.
You need a special mention today because of your name fitting in with the subject of today's live stream.
Yes.
So, yes, you recognise that you are unique. I wonder why you chose that name. Is that your handle?
Yes. Maybe it's something you do in your real life. Maybe you design things. Maybe it's the name of your company. Maybe something like that. But something that is unique. Something that is rare. There are many other artists as well. Some people over the years who have made an impression.
A couple of people mention it. Santorino says Caravaggio
Ah, yes.
was a unique painter.
Portraits.
And Salvador Dali, of course, very unique.
Yes, surreal. So he was another one of the surrealists who would paint things, but he would add them into unusual locations or maybe make them appear in a different form to how they normally appear. So yes, so art. I think art is a very good example of something that is unique, because quite often when you have one individual piece of work, artwork, and it can be a painting, it can be a sculpture, it can be anything really, it can be described as unique.
Yes, Inaki mentions Bach, the composer, presumably. Bjork. Do you know Bach is spelt B-A-C-H, isn't it? Which in English you wouldn't actually pronounce it Bach, would you? In fact, I knew somebody that I always remember when I was a child, somebody came round to visit. My father was a very keen piano player, and somebody came round to visit who thought that they knew a lot about music and saw this music that my father had been playing and said, "Oh, Bach. I like the music of Bach." This thing, you've got to be careful.
Yes.
Let's just say they were unique.
They were.
Anyway, my parents talked about that for weeks, and I remember it to this day. How we mocked them. No, I'm only joking.
Your family sounded delightful.
They were horrible. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
What? A never-before moment of time can be described as unique, like this what just happened. Mr. Steve talking about a very strange moment of time that you might say is unique or was unique, where someone tried to read something and they made a very silly mistake. And because Mr. Steve's family are complete and utter snobs,
No, they're not.
they made fun of that poor person because they couldn't read the
Not
name.
to their face, only behind their back once they'd gone.
Oh, that's not so bad.
That's not bad at all,
That's okay
is it?
then, yeah.
No, you see, people are mentioning, it's interesting, people are mentioning very unique people, very distinctive people, artists, singers, things like that. But as I've mentioned earlier on, we're all unique.
Yeah.
It's just that some people stand out more than others. You could say that they are, but I don't think they're any more unique. I mean, I know lots of people who are not famous, they don't stand out, but they're very unique as people. Their characters, the way they dress. So we are all unique. So, yes. Don't put yourself down.
There is hope
everybody.
for everyone. There is a guy that goes down to the local park and he hides in the bushes and he comes out sometimes in his raincoat and he opens his raincoat and is completely naked underneath. And then he closes his raincoat and he runs back into the bushes. He's unique because no one else is doing that.
It's controversial. Yes, we're not. We're just pointing out the meaning of the word.
Yes.
But well done and a very interesting.
Rosa has had enough. Rosa's going. Rosa has just realised that that time is very precious.
Rosa, okay, yes, but I can't see that.
Yeah. See you later, Rosa.
See you later.
We'll try better next week.
Barty says being unique is simply being different.
Yeah.
But we are all unique.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to stand out. We are, by definition, all unique.
Yes.
Created as what, you know, nobody else will ever be like us ever again.
By the Lord God Almighty. He picked the rib from Adam and he said, I'm going to make lots of these and I'm sure it will catch on. And I can't see any problems occurring from having lots of human beings on this planet. I'm sure it will go perfectly all right. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm sure everything will be all right. I can't imagine anyone deciding to commit violence or murder in my name. I think it's going to go perfectly all right. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm about 60% sure that there won't be any problems.
Thank you for your nice comments, Rosa. We will see you next week.
See you, Rosa. Catch you later. We will try harder next week. I promise.
Well, I'm putting everything. I'm putting 110% in, Mr. Duncan.
Something unique and something that is different is not necessarily the same thing, because difference can still be a group. So a group can still be put together as being different. Unique is normally an individual that can be put aside or highlighted. So difference is not necessarily the same as unique. Difference can be many things. So many things can be different from other things. But unique often refers to one thing, one individual thing that stands out from all the rest. A unique moment of time. And I think today, I will be honest with you, Steve, I think today is unique. It is a unique one today. An offer. Oh, you'll like this. Mr. Steve likes offers. Because you spend hours and hours trying to find a bargain.
Oh, yes.
Don't you?
I don't like to pay over the odds. If you paying over the odds means you pay more than you should do. So yes, I don't like to. Yes, I like to look for bargains, definitely.
Alfian is going. See you later, Alfian. You are feeling tired. You are feeling sleepy. That this live stream does have that effect on most people. You will feel a little drowsy. You will find your eyes becoming heavy, and you might fall asleep now and again.
Well, for a lot of people, don't forget, because the clocks have changed, it's an hour later for them. Because we're coming on an hour later. So a lot of people, maybe we ought to start at 1 rather than 2.
I can't even start at 2, to be honest, without problems. So giving myself less time to prepare is not a good idea. I really don't think so. Anyway. Unique things are only good. It is impossible to say a unique crime, for example. Well, you can have a unique crime. It would be something unique. So we can use unique to describe something that is negative. Yes, a unique thing is just something that doesn't exist or hasn't happened before. So it can be something negative as well. But Mr. Steve likes to get bargains, a unique offer, or a unique thing that is offered to you. An offer that is being made to a certain group of people can be described as unique. And Mr. Steve likes to find those bargains on the internet.
Francesca asks, why was the title of this live stream Break the Mould?
Well, that is something I'm going to mention later.
Well spotted.
Yes, later.
Well spotted, and we will answer that. Mr. Duncan is prepared to answer that question.
It's coming up. We are offering you the unique chance to grab a bargain. So that is the sort of thing that gets Mr. Steve very, very excited. Here is your unique chance to own a luxury beach house. So a special offer that might not be available to everyone can be described as unique. Something is unique. A unique thing is a one-off. Something that will never be repeated. It will never be repeated or equalled. Something is unique. A unique moment of time. I'm sure you can think of some moment in your life that was unique or maybe special. I'm sure we can. We can all think of those little moments, or maybe something we saw or heard that we've never seen or heard again.
And that word is often overused, of course. The word unique is often overused, isn't it? Particularly when companies are promoting things and giving offers. They say this is a unique one-off offer, never to be repeated, but of course it always is repeated.
Yes.
Because they want to sell more stuff.
Inaki says, I am called on my telephone again and again, and all the offers they make are unique.
Yeah.
It is something
Smiley
that
face.
happens a lot in sales.
Yes, they're never unique because they always need to carry on selling stuff.
Another one, something that is 1 in a million, is a unique thing that is hard to achieve. 1 in a million. Maybe something you might do it, I don't know, 999 times, and you might fail. But then the next time you do it, you might actually do it right, or you might do it very well. So imagine doing something almost 1 million times, but on your 1,000,000th attempt, you actually do it well, or you do it in a special way. Something is 1 in a million. You don't often see it. It doesn't often happen. It's unique.
You're all 1 in a million, aren't you, watching?
Yes.
You're all 1 in a million.
Literally.
Because, literally, Mr. Duncan has just over 1 million subscribers. So each one of you is 1 in a million.
Yes.
Interesting.
Tomek asks, what was the highest number of viewers during a live stream? I can answer that straight away. It was over 2,000. 2,000 people were watching a live stream that I did on my mobile phone a few years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. And the following week, when I went back on again, I only got about 40 or 50 because I think YouTube had made a mistake. They had let people actually watch me. But they soon put it right. They soon made sure that no one could see me the following week when I tried to do it again.
That happened a few times, didn't it? If you changed your device that you went to do a live stream on, a different phone, a different computer, somehow you would get thousands of people watching.
Yes.
But then when you go back to your normal computer, or something
or
funny
the following week I do it again
on the same one, on the same device,
and suddenly it's nowhere near that. So around 2,000, I once had 2,000 people watching one of my live streams that I did, and I know when it was. It was when I was making pancakes in the kitchen for the first time, and I don't know how it happened, but it's the only time it's ever happened because the following week it didn't happen again, and it's never happened again.
Which just goes to show funny things go on in YouTube.
That is a very good example of how YouTube manipulate all of this. It's all manipulated. That's why I only have 76 people watching at the moment. I could have 20,000 people watching. But unfortunately, as I said earlier, I don't fit the criteria. My face doesn't fit. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too boring. Maybe I have the wrong opinions.
Quite possibly, Mr. Duncan.
Maybe Elon Musk should buy YouTube, and maybe things will be better. Maybe
yes.
I will have more people watching.
Well, maybe you could go onto Twitter, Mr. Duncan, and you could be you might just wipe the floor with everybody.
But I can't do live streams on there.
Can't you do live streams on Twitter?
No. You are really, really restricted by what you can do on Twitter. However, it looks as if that might be changing because I've heard some rumours that the new Twitter might have videos, live streaming, and also ad revenue as well.
Watch out, YouTube. Your days are numbered.
So I think Elon Musk might be thinking that he can turn Twitter into something very similar to YouTube.
Well, they need competition. They need competition because they're like a totalitarian state. They control everything, and it's wrong. There needs to be competition in the marketplace so that it's healthy.
Yes.
You can't have one organisation dominating something. It's the same in pharmaceuticals. It's the same in everything. If one company dominates a particular area, then it starts to have too much control.
Yes, I think so. I think certainly with companies like Google, they have been caught out many times manipulating search engines and how things are discovered on the internet. And I have no reason to doubt that YouTube is very similar in the way it conducts its business. But yeah, it'll be. I think some big changes.
Allegedly.
No, I'm not saying allegedly. I'm saying it's been proven.
Yes, Mosen mentions Google in 2007.
Okay.
Is that when it all went wrong?
Well, no, when it went wrong was actually 2011. A lot of people don't realise this, but in January 2011, YouTube introduced many of the new algorithms, and it was during the first couple of weeks of January in 2011, during the Arab Spring, when there were many protests taking place. So everyone was distracted by, of course, the new year had just arrived, but also there was lots of stuff happening around the world, a lot of chaos. And YouTube started using its new algorithm system. And since then,
Yes.
that was when my world...
Sneaky.
That was when my world stopped being what it was. And I can pinpoint it to that that actual point of time.
And that's why they don't like you, because they know you're still around and you can remember that.
I-
Whereas nobody on YouTube now will remember that moment.
I am a bad memory. I'm a stain on YouTube. And I don't want to sound as if I'm a victim, because I don't want to do that, because everyone's doing that now. But I'm like a stain that won't go away. And YouTube wishes that I would just go, because I've been on since 2006.
See, here's the crucial question from Tomek. Always very, clever.
Do you really?
Why would they do that? Why would they manipulate algorithms?
Not necessarily about me personally, but groups, because algorithms can pinpoint one person or one thing. And that's why algorithms are so brilliant, because you can decide what you allow and what you don't allow. That's how China is now being run. China has now turned its whole surveillance into a big algorithm.
But what is it? Because they want lots of young people? Do they prefer young people because that brings more ad revenue? Is that
Yes.
is that what it's all about, Mr. Duncan?
The problem is when I signed up for YouTube to create my account, I have to give all of my details: age, my gender, my location. And of course, that information never goes away. It's always there. You can't change it because it's imprinted into what you do. It's there. It's like having an X-ray. And your skeleton is always.
The question is, but why would that happen?
Well, I'm just about to tell you.
Right.
So all of that information is kept. It never stops. And of course, since 2006 to this point, I've actually got older. So I was young in 2006, but in 2022, I'm not young anymore. So that's one of the big things that's changed. Also, there is only so much ad revenue or money that YouTube can pay to publishers or creators. That money doesn't suddenly increase or become more. So there is only a certain amount of money that YouTube will pay to the people that create. So you can't have too many people at the top. There has to be some sort of control. So those people at the top and those people at the bottom That's us, by the way. That's us.
But not you.
But not you.
Anyway.
But it is. But it is, you see. It is. Alexander says, don't blame the mirror. I don't even know what that means, but I'm not blaming the mirror. But I am blaming a lot of things. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of people have been talking about this.
It's unique. Yes, they are. Yes, it's all over. It's all over. You can watch all about that. Yeah, it's not a level playing field.
No,
it's not fair for everybody in the same way.
Just like the World Cup. Just like the World Cup, it's all manipulated. It's all changed and altered. It isn't what it is.
Well, that's the trouble, Valentin. There aren't any other platforms. This is the point we're making. There is only one platform where you can do this on. That's why we need competition. So hopefully Elon Musk will. I mean, there are others where you can put short form videos on, aren't there?
Well, there's TikTok, but that's for idiots.
Yes, you wouldn't want to do an English teaching channel on TikTok.
I would never, ever, and it's not going to happen. I'm never going to be on TikTok. Because unfortunately, and again, I know you're gonna hate me for this, but most of the people on there are complete idiots, unfortunately.
So yes, we hope for competition to shake up the market and make things.
Oh, and also it's owned by China.
Better. Right. So yes, probably. Yeah, right.
I'm not about to put all my personal details into something that has its database in Beijing or Shanghai.
Good point.
That's another reason as well. But there isn't an alternative, you see, to YouTube. That's why it's so powerful, and that's why it is able to treat us the way it does. It can treat us however it chooses because there's no alternative. However, I think Elon Musk might be coming up with a new way of running or designing Twitter, because it won't happen yet. It's too early. It's too soon. He's only just walked into the building. He's busy at the moment firing all of those people who are spending all day playing on their arcade machines and table tennis.
Anyway, we're supposed to be teaching English, Mr. Duncan.
We are. We are teaching English.
Yeah, we're talking. Yeah. This has definitely been a unique live stream. Are you going to keep it on or delete it?
Here we go. The phrase that was mentioned earlier, break the mould. If you break the mould, well, quite often when you create something, maybe something such as a sculpture or something that you want to make from plaster, you want it to look a certain way or in a certain shape, quite often you will use a mould. So mould refers to something that is forming the shape of a thing. So if you break the mould after making just one thing from that mould, then you can't make any more. You can't make any more. You break the mould, there is only one of that particular thing. So it is often used as a phrase to say that thing is individual and unique.
Yes. You say, they broke the mould when they made him or her, is a phrase you can use to express how unique that particular person is. They might talk in a certain way. They might. Usually that refers to somebody's behaviour, doesn't it? But yeah, often when somebody dies, people will say, there'll be nobody else like her. They broke the mould when they made her. And it's just a phrase to encapsulate how unique that person was.
So it is the essence of that person that can't be repeated or will never be repeated ever again. You have broken the mould. That thing will never exist again because there was only ever one made.
Mould, yes, it's yes. That one, that.
The spelling of mould can be with O or OU, but O on its own, MOLD, is American English. So in American English, it is MOLD, not MOULD, which is the British English spelling. So that's the difference.
That's it.
For those wondering what the
Mould, of course, has other meanings, but we won't go into that.
Yes. Well, mould can be something that forms on the surface of food.
A fungus.
So a type of fungus that is growing when your food is left out for many, many days, it will go green. We can say that your food has gone mouldy. There is mould on your food. So it is basically spelt the same way, but the meaning is very different. She is a one-off. She is a one-off. There is no one else like that girl or that woman. She is a one-off. I can think of someone that you might say is a one-off.
Margaret Thatcher.
What? No, she was just one off her trolley.
She was one off.
A one-off. Shirley Bassey.
Shirley Bassey, yes, a one-off.
Shirley Bassey. I wanted to speed it up a bit there.
Right, yes.
She is a one-off. There is no one else like Shirley Bassey. She is unique.
Yes, there's nothing about the way she sings or performs that is like anybody else. And that's why, of course, she's stayed popular throughout all these many decades. So it's somebody that is very, very unique, and if they've got a following and people like what they do, then they will have longevity. They will continue for a long period of time.
Yes, as long as you can keep doing what you're doing and keep doing it in a unique way. Or you might say that something that occurs, something that happens. You might say that goal was 1 in a million. That goal that footballer scored.
Oh, the goal.
Goal.
That type of a goal.
Yes.
Right, not something you're aiming to get towards.
That's it.
Yes, a goal.
That's it.
Yes.
So if you're playing football, that goal was 1 in a million. It maybe he kicked the ball from the other side of the pitch and it went all the way across and went into the goal. You might say that goal was 1 in a million.
A bit like a hole-in-one on a golf course.
Yes.
Some people just one whack and in it goes. And that's unique. Maybe nobody else has ever done that at that particular hole on that golf course. So that could be unique and may never be repeated. Yeah. It's like people winning lots of championships in tennis. I can't remember her name now. She's got a sister, American, played lots of tennis, won more matches than anyone else. Can't remember. But if anybody does that, that's it's unique. It'll probably never be ever done again.
Oh, Venus.
That's it.
Venus Williams.
That's right.
And her sister Serena.
That's it. I can't remember who's won most matches now.
Venus.
That's right, but probably no one else will beat that record ever, probably.
So you might say that she is a one-off as well. Here's another one. There is nothing else like this particular diamond. There are things that might be everywhere, but something can still be unique. So diamonds are everywhere, but you can still have a unique diamond. Something about that particular stone is different from all the rest. Quite often we think of the size. So if a diamond is huge, and there are 1 or 2 that are huge, I think the Queen, or should I say now the King of England, his crown has one of the largest diamonds in the world, actually in the crown. I think it's priceless. It's so valuable. You can't even put a price on it. So there is nothing else like this particular thing. The diamond is different from all the other diamonds. It is unique because it's large, or maybe it is something that looks unusual. Maybe the colour it produces is unusual. This diamond is one of a kind. There is nothing else in the world like it. It is unique. Finally, we can use the word unique in many ways. Unique exclusive, special, inimitable. I like that one. It's not easy to say. Inimitable.
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 That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Incomparable. Something that cannot be compared to anything else is unique, incomparable, or incomparable. Soul. One thing. So when we talk about the word soul, it means one thing. Maybe if there is a plane crash and almost everyone on the plane is killed, but there was one survivor, we will describe that person as the sole survivor. That means that person, unlike all the other people who died, survived. So they are unique in the fact that they survived the plane crash. We might say that something is never to be repeated, like today's live stream. I think today will never be repeated in the same way. It is one of a kind. Mr. Steve is one of a kind, and maybe you are as well. Perhaps you've been described as one of a kind. And finally, a one-off. You might describe a person as a one-off, never to be found again, just one in the world. There is nothing else like it. It is unique.
It's often a boat that's designed by somebody that's very rich, or a car, and is a one-off. There's nothing else like it. People do like to do that with their cars.
Mm-hmm.
They like to, something like a Ford Fiesta, which we know has now been discontinued.
They are not making them anymore.
So, there was nothing unique about a Ford Fiesta. There were millions of them made. Yes, they were all slightly different models, but if you wanted it to be unique, a very popular car with millions and millions of them being sold, you could create that uniqueness by putting a stripe down the side, or putting some kind of spoiler kit on it, or a spoiler on the roof, or something.
Or maybe having it sprayed in a strange colour.
Yeah, so you could make it unique, even though basically it looks like all the other Ford Fiestas. So yes, a one-off.
And that was it. That was today's subject, which was being unique. You know what? I've started to enjoy myself now.
It's a bit late because we're going.
It isn't. We're not going yet.
Well, I am, because I'm hungry.
Oh, okay.
I banked on us going at 4, you see. I planned my food and everything.
Well, you know what life is like. Life is unpredictable. You must always be aware that things might change.
Well, I was going to say, Mr. Duncan, that it was a good job you were late on, because it timed it perfectly to 4 o'clock anyway. If you'd started earlier, we'd have run out of things to say.
Yeah. Well, we won't, because I have my new game, you see. So we could play that, you see.
Now?
We've got my new. Well, we've got 20 more minutes.
You mean the sentence game? The sentence game resurrected?
Yes, or the new version.
Right. Okay, then let's have a play, Mr. Duncan. Let's end on a high.
I mean, I don't want to tire you out though, because I know you were a little bit tired this week because you've been doing work in the garden.
I've been so busy.
He was complaining about his back.
Oh, my back. Because the soil that we have here is thick, heavy clay.
It's very hard.
And when it's been raining, it is very difficult to manipulate the soil, dig it, break it up. It's horrible soil.
You have to lift it.
Oh, Mr. Duncan, I was slippery as well. I was sliding around. Anyway.
So you woke up this morning and you were all stiff.
I was.
He woke up this morning stiff.
And I got a bad back as well.
Yeah.
The old ones are the best.
It's been a long time since that happened. I can.
So we're not going yet. Don't go. We're not going. Stay. Please stay. Please. Mr. Duncan's got a new game he's going to play with you.
I think there are people still joining.
I don't know.
Who are finding us by accident. A very unfortunate and tragic accident.
But we know at least one person will stay if it's anything like the sentence game. We know at least one person's going to stay. So even if one person is only left on the live stream, we will continue.
Okay. Well, actually, we won't. There's no way I'm doing that. If there's only one person watching, there is absolutely no way in the world that that's happening.
Well, hurry on then. Okay, let's say let's compromise on 15 minutes.
I will hurry on, and we will hurry on
because I'm hungry.
To something I'm going to call this. I haven't decided what to call it exactly.
The sentence game.
But it might be the sentence game, you see. It's very similar to the sentence game. But we are about to play something called Fill in the Blanks. What's that? What did you say, Steve?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Steve was whispering to me.
Are people still there?
Are you still there?
Are you still there?
Hello? 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 Are you still there? Are you? Oh, you are. Oh, that's good.
Yes. Right. What is this exciting new game, Mr. Duncan?
Yeah, fill in the blanks. So I'm going to show you a sentence. It's very similar to the sentence game. Some people might say that it's exactly the same as the sentence game. Some people might, but they would be wrong. And I would take you outside and I would fight you. I would fight you on the lawn at the front of our house. I would fight with you.
Palmyra's getting excited as
like
well.
This. I would fight bare knuckles and everything.
Blimey, 2,000 people are watching, Mr. Duncan, because you mentioned sentence game. That's incredible.
It's never going to happen.
It's somehow gone out there.
That is a unique moment that will never happen again. Thank you, YouTube.
Oh, Alexander said that he would be the last person because he's been watching you for 16 years.
Good.
Good. So 2 then.
That's good. I wonder one day if we will do the live stream and only 2 or 3 people will be watching.
I thought the lesson was over, said Victoria. So did I.
Yes. Mr. Steve wants to go.
So did I.
You can go.
No, I'll stay. I want to see. I'm intrigued.
Okay, then. So here we go. What I'm going to do is show you a sentence with some missing words. What I want you to do is put in those missing words. They're not hard ones, and that's the difference. Because I was always accused, unfairly, might I add, that my sentence game was too hard. So we have a new game called Fill in the Blanks. By that, it means the missing words. So here is the first one. We will see what happens here. It might be great, or it might be a load of pants.
Fingers at the ready. Fingers at the ready.
Ready, everyone? So I know people like Tomek, whose level of English is much higher. I know you're going to spoil this.
Not at all.
I already know you're going to try and ruin this.
Mosen's ready.
Here we go. So here it is. Please, something out of my something.
Is it related to today's subject?
No.
Ah.
It's not related to anything. And that's what makes it fun. So it's a sentence. It's an easy sentence. It's not difficult. So I can't make these any simpler.
So we haven't even got a clue as to how many letters there are in each.
And in some cases, you might be able to put more than one word in there.
Ah,
and that's
right.
the other thing. So what I'm getting you to do is to think more openly about this sentence and the possibilities. So there might be more than one. There might be more than one answer, and maybe the answer I have will be different from yours. Now you are very intrigued. Oh, Mr. Duncan. Mr. Duncan, suddenly your live stream has picked up. It's more interesting.
Oh, that's quite clever, Mr. Duncan, because then there are no winners and no losers.
There are no winners and no losers. Well, besides us. We know that we are a couple of losers.
Well, I'm not. Speak for yourself, Mr. Duncan.
Okay,
speak for yourself.
So fill in the blanks. Come on.
Well, we've already got lots of suggestions.
Mikhail says, please go. out of my car. Please go out of my car. Interesting.
Please get out of my room, says Mad.
Palmyra says, get out of my mind. That's what a lot of people say about us. When they watch this live stream, they never forget it. And sometimes they want to. They want to forget this, but they can't. They can't get it out of their mind. It won't go away.
Leo says, please stay out of my way. That's a good one. Yes.
Please.
Well, are we going to mark these out of 10?
No.
Okay.
We're not making this complicated.
Victoria says, I prefer this game. It's more creative.
If anything, I've realised that sometimes I make things too difficult. So this is easier. We're going to do this next week if it works.
So we're dumbing down then, are we, Mr. Duncan? I'm only joking. I'm joking, Mr. Duncan.
You said that. Please, something out of my... Yes, so see? Yes.
Yes, please stay out of my way. I like that one.
Please get out of my life. A lot of people have said that to me over the years. Many people. You know, parents can be quite harsh sometimes.
Alexander says, please get out of my way.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, so that's similar to stay out of my way. Similar meaning. Please get out of my way. You would say to somebody if you were running to catch a train and there were lots of people on the platform and you couldn't get on.
Please, get out of my way. I'm late. I'm trying to get through.
This is what a lot of you are saying on Sundays at 2 p.m. at UK time when you are trying desperately to get to your computers to watch Mr. Duncan. To other family members, you are saying, please get out of my way.
Yes.
I need to watch Mr. Duncan's live stream.
Mr. Duncan will be coming on in a moment with his exciting live stream that is really, really amazing.
Please get out of my home.
Yes.
Yes, please get out of my house.
Please get out of my sight. Again, a lot of people have said that to me.
Well, Al Care says, please get out of my view.
Is that? Yeah. Yes. You get out of my view. You might say that someone is in your view, but we don't often say get out of my view.
Out of my sight.
Out of my sight.
Please
maybe.
get out of my sight.
Yes. Please, Mr. Duncan, get out of my head. You are always on my mind, says Claudia.
Ooh.
Hello, Claudia. Hello.
You're always in our minds because we're always thinking about what you're cooking. And that's why I'm feeling hungry.
So
you haven't mentioned it tonight.
So are you getting the idea now?
I am, but yes. There must be another way of thinking of this phrase instead of please get out of my something. There must be other suggestions. We've had a lot of people suggesting...
Please... I've got a really dirty one.
I bet you have, Mr. Duncan.
I've got. If I said what I'm thinking at the moment, you would leave. You would never watch me again. YouTube would close me down, and I think
they've been looking for an excuse for years.
The neighbours would come, and they would drag us out of the house, and they would feed us to the sheep. They really would. So I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. But it is rude.
Here's a good one from Gossia on a slightly different theme. Please stay out of my life.
Yes. Again, a lot of people have said this to me in the past.
Yes. Here's an interesting one from Tomic. Please get out of my hair.
Good one.
That is a good one.
Yes. Figurative.
Figurative, because if you say get out of my hair, it means you don't want them near you.
Yes.
Get out of my hair.
Yeah.
It means they're too close to you. Far too close.
You can use it ironically as well.
Yes. So, yes, that's a good one because you can say that. And it does mean that, doesn't it? Please get away from me.
If you want somebody out of your hair, it means you want them out of your life. You don't want to know them anymore. Get out of my hair. I want you out of my hair.
They're annoying you. They're too close to you. Maybe they're shouting in your ear.
I don't know. I just don't want them in my life anymore.
Yeah, it could be that. Yes, could be that. Yes.
Just run out of my house. Please run out of my house. I'm not sure why you would run out of my house.
You could do, yes. But yeah, you wouldn't probably say that. You'd say, please get out of my house. And
So we might use the word stay or get, or we can also use the word move as well. Please move out of my way, which is the one you said earlier.
did I?
Or please get out of my way. Yes, when people are rushing to their computers. So please move out of my way. Please get out of my way. So the sentence I had, and here it is, I will give you the one that I had. Please get out of my house.
No, who said that?
A person. Well, it's not the right answer. There's no right answer.
But somebody did say that.
That's it. But
Well, Anna said, please get out of my home.
that's it.
Yes.
Yes. But there's no right answer to this.
Claps. Lots of no. We're joking.
That's
No,
it.
We're not assigning winners because we're just going to comment on the ones that are grammatically correct.
Okay.
So many right variants, says Palmyra. Yes.
That's worse. So let's have another one. Oh,
Right.
I'm suddenly enjoying today's live stream. This is the best part. Anyone watching, can you please skip forward to 5 minutes past 4? If you are watching the repeat, it starts to get much better. Don't something to me that something.
Right.
Don't something to me that something. So you might find this an angry way of expressing yourself, because normally if a sentence begins with the word don't, quite often it is being said as a warning, or maybe something that you are angry about, maybe something that is annoying you and you want that person to stop doing it. So quite often we begin a sentence in English with the word don't when we are issuing a warning or an instruction, maybe something that has to be said to others. Don't something to me that something. Don't say to me that rubbish. I like that one. Don't say to me that rubbish.
That's not quite grammatically correct, though, is it?
Not great with grammar, but I know what you're going with. That's
Yes.
very interesting. I like that. I won't give you any other suggestions because that's for you to do. It's not for me. This is your contest.
Not quite grammatically correct, but maybe another word would fit in there that would be more grammatically correct, maybe.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, Claudia. Very good one. That's a very good one. I like that one, Claudia. Don't talk. Don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way.
Yes. See, that's grammatically correct.
Don't talk to me that way. You want
Don't do to me that way is not grammatically correct.
No, we don't normally use do in that sense. Don't do to me.
And you can't say don't say to me. That
So-
doesn't make sense. That's not grammatically correct either.
What you actually need there is maybe a verb of some sort in there. Don't something, quite often an action will be in there. Don't to me that something. But that's good. That's good. I like that.
Don't sell to me that junk. See, that's not grammatically correct. I'm sorry. But thank you for suggesting it. But yes, this is an interesting one because it's easy to get the grammar wrong.
Yes.
The sentences, we understand the sentences, but to get the grammar right, you need to have specific words that fit.
It would actually be the other way around. So don't give me that something. So you wouldn't need to put the word to in there. Don't give me that. And
Yes.
whatever the word is.
Don't sell me.
Yes. Don't sell me that junk.
Yes.
Don't give me that excuse. So the word to would be missing. You wouldn't need to do that.
Yeah,
Because
so
you are
you're
expressing in a different way.
yeah, so you're right, but just you wouldn't need to put the word to in.
Gosia, don't talk to me that way. That's a very
That's a
good one.
Yes.
Of course, there are alternate.
Here's another one where if you got rid of the word to, it would make sense. Don't do to me that way, Michael. Whereas if you took the to out, it would become don't do me that way, which is grammatically correct.
And also very rude.
But also very rude.
Yes. Don't do anyone that way.
Yes.
You might do someone, of course, if you are doing something bad to them as well. To do someone over, or to do someone harm. But yes, I see where you are going with that, but that could be rather rude as well if we take the word to out. I have speak and way. Don't speak to me that way.
Yes.
So that's the suggestion I had. Speak. So quite often we will put maybe a verb in there, something you are asking that person not to do to you, or to do a certain thing. And of course that will be normally a verb of some sort, some type of action.
Don't turn to me that back. See, the correct grammatical way of saying that is don't turn your back on me. There's only one way of saying that. You can't mix the words up. So you would if you wanted to say don't turn your back on, if you wanted somebody to say, don't walk away from me and ignore me, because when you use the phrase don't turn your back on me, it means don't ignore me.
Yes.
You have to say it in that way. Don't turn your back on me. You can't change the words around.
Here's another one. Would you like another one? Okay, well, I think we've got time. We've got about another 5 minutes.
And again, don't move into me that way. Isn't dramatically correct. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you, moving on, Steve, can you something me to something my something? Oh, Mr. Duncan, I know what you've done. You've made it a little bit harder. You've made it hard.
Just going back to the last one, fun. You just need to be grammatically correct. Again, like a lot of those, you need to take out the word to. Don't send me that video.
Yes.
If you put the to in, that's not grammatically correct. So it doesn't actually fit in that sentence. But thank you again for your suggestion. So yeah, we're looking for grammar.
Because send is already expressing that word, you see, expressing the action.
We're looking for grammar as well as not just the words that fit.
That's it.
We're looking for it to be grammatically correct.
That's it. Here we go. Hello, Alcare. Yes, that's a good one. Can you help me to clean my car?
Perfect.
That fits.
Perfect, Al.
That fits perfectly, and also it is grammatically correct.
And yes, I will help you to clean your car. I will also help you to polish it as well, because I like polishing cars. We will only pick out the ones, rather than I don't like saying when the grammar's not right. It makes me feel...
Vittoria has one. Let's carry on, Steve. Can you help me to do my homework? Yes, perfect. Can you help me to do my homework?
Nice one, Vittoria.
Good one.
Can you help me to carry my bag? Help me to... Francesca, yes. Correct. Grammatically correct.
So I think it's fair to say that in this space here, the word help, or maybe an alternative word from help, but with a similar definition, could also be added to this point as well. So I'm giving you a slight clue there.
Can you trust me to help my mother?
Can you trust me to...
It's sort of grammatically correct, but would you actually say that sentence?
Not really, no.
No.
It doesn't work grammatically. But can you trust me to shut my mouth. Can you trust me to shut my mouth? So maybe there is a secret, you see, that you've told someone and you don't want me to tell anyone else. And I might say, well, tell me, please, can you trust me to shut my mouth, to not tell what the secret is? So that's the nearest we could get to that particular sentence.
Can you let me to know my record? No, that's not grammatically correct. Can you teach me to start my engine or my car? Can you teach me to or drive my car? Can you teach me to drive my car?
Here's a good one. Can you help me to improve my English?
I can't believe nobody came up with that one.
Can you help me to improve my English? So there are many ways.
Can you assist me to finish my task? Yes. And you could replace the word task with lots of things. Can you assist me to finish my homework? Can you assist me to finish my gardening? Can you assist me to finish my task? Yes. Thank you, Leo. No, that doesn't fit. Can you thank me to Leo? Can you... No, that's not actually a suggestion, Victoria, is it? No.
No. Good one, Steve.
Yes.
So my suggestions...
Here we go. Can you help me to find my shoes,
Can you
Alexander?
help me? Yes.
And that shoes could be replaced with lots of things.
So you can see here we are asking a question. Can you? And quite often when we ask a person for something and...
It's a good one from Michael.
Okay.
Go on, no, carry on.
Can you? Normally we would put help. Can you help me too? So quite often help would be there. And I have my own choices here.
Can I just say, yes, go on.
Okay.
Gossia has got a good one for today. Can you help me to fix my computer?
Yeah.
You definitely need, Mr. Duncan definitely needs that. Can you help me to carry my suitcase? From Michael, yes.
Yes.
Can you get me to finish my work?
It's amazing Steve wanted to go and now I can't move on. Here we go, Steve. I have. Can you help me
Yes.
to push my car? Oh dear. Someone is owning a very old Ford Fiesta. I think so. Because
Belarus, yes, exactly. Can you help me to push my car?
yeah. And I think we are going to have one more.
Up.
One more. Would you like one more? Do you want one more?
So tired.
Are you enjoying this? So would you like one more? Please let me know. We need a few
Can
seconds.
you help me to find my wallet? Yes.
Yes. I would love to help you find your wallet as long as there is a reward.
Yes.
Money.
Anna says yes. Oh, I think this could be a popular one,
Anna
Mr.
says
Duncan.
yes. Anna says yes. Another-
Exclamation mark.
Yes. Come on, Mr. Duncan. We want another one. Yes. Yes, please. I might make some more for next week if this goes well. Here we go. So here's another one. One more, please. Okay, but thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you,
Wow.
Michael. In fact, everyone is saying yes.
You've got a winner, Mr. Duncan.
That's it. I thought this up in my own little brain.
It's this shirt. It's all to do with this shirt. That's why, Right.
Never. So this is another instruction. Never. Something to something on a something. So this might be something that a person is saying not to do. So the word never is giving you a clue to this sentence. So you are once again issuing or giving some sort of instruction or perhaps a warning of some sort. We will see what happens. And then we will definitely go after this. We're going to have a cup of tea. That sounds very nice.
I'm struggling to think of one, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Never go to town on a break.
Never go to town on a break.
Well, if town is not a good place to go, then that would be right. Yes, Tomek says, cut and edit a short clip of the new game to promote your channel. That could work.
What do you think will happen?
This is what we need. We need people. We need somebody who's clever with promotion to help us.
Well, you have to pay. If you want promoting on YouTube, you have to pay YouTube. You have to give them piles and piles of money. That's another way, by the way. That's another way of becoming popular on YouTube. You literally pay YouTube to make you popular. That's another way.
We tried that. It didn't work.
Well, we tried it, but we only tried it in a very small way because we don't have much money. But you have to spend a lot of money to promote things.
Never try to sing on a stage.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, Tomek. I know what you mean.
You could, and then you could put it on Twitter and Facebook.
But people still need to find it. It's the discovery of that thing that's the problem.
Well, we can try. Never try to sing on a stage. Well, if you don't like singing, then yes.
Yes. Never try to...
Normally people do sing on a stage, but if you...
Well, somebody might try to do it because they're drunk.
Yes.
Never try to sing on a stage. I suppose you could continue that sentence after drinking lots of alcohol.
Right. So Valentin explains that when you're at work, it's forbidden to go into town. So therefore, that sentence does make perfect sense. Never go to town on a break. But yes.
You might say never go to town on a Saturday. Never go to town on a Saturday.
Oh, well, Vittoria says never go to work on a Sunday.
Yes. So that's very similar.
Is correct, Vittoria.
Yes, that's it.
Never go to work on a Sunday. If you're not supposed to go to work on a Sunday, then yes.
And if they ask you to, just refuse. Just say, no, I don't want to. We have time for a couple of more suggestions.
Yeah. Never phone to me on the weekend. Never. You'd have to take out the word to there for that to be grammatic. Never phone me on a weekend.
Yeah, that's it.
Would be grammatically correct. You'd have to take the to out. So
again, once because we are using phone as communication, so the action is already expressed. So you don't need to say to there.
All right.
You don't need it. A couple of more seconds and then we will go because now we are overrunning. I can't believe it. First of all, we were underrunning because I was late. And now we're overrunning because we don't want to leave you. Isn't that nice? Maybe.
Yes, so that's never go to job on a bus.
Well, instead of job, you can say work.
Yes.
Never go to work on a bus.
You could say that.
Yes.
Yes, that job doesn't quite... That's not grammatically correct, but if you replace the word job with work, that would be...
Never go to work on a bus.
Never come to moan on a Monday.
I don't like public transport. I used to use public transport a lot, so that is actually very good advice. Okay, I will give you the answer that I have. So there are no correct answers. There are only answers that are grammatically correct. So mine is never talk to strangers on a train. Never.
Yeah.
Because they will look at you as if you are crazy. So never sit down on a train and speak to someone nearby because they will think you are completely mad.
That's what your parents often say to you. Never talk to strangers on a train.
Yes.
Or on a bus.
Or anywhere.
Or on a street.
Yeah.
Well, you would then say on the street.
or anyone driving a van with its windows blanked out.
Never forget to celebrate on a birthday, Vittoria.
Yes,
Good one.
yes.
Sneak that one in just at the end. So, yes.
The other thing I've noticed, Steve, how dark it has become behind us, because now, as winter approaches, you can see that the days are getting shorter, and already it is getting dark outside the window. It's already starting to get dark.
Yes, and my shirt is now standing out more. I'm no longer in camouflage. Okay, Mr. Duncan, I'm going to go off and make a cup of tea. We've somehow resurrected that live stream
Well,
from
there
a
was
very dark place.
There was nothing wrong with it, really. I was only messing around.
Right, lovely to be here, Mr. Duncan. Lovely to see you all. And we will be back next week. Or at least I will be back next week. I might be here on Wednesday. And are we going to have the filling in the blanks game again next Sunday, Mr. Duncan?
We might do it again. It depends how popular it is. If it's popular, we will do it again. If it isn't, then I will forget about it completely.
No, I think people have enjoyed the new game.
Oh.
And because, as you say, it's not a race for somebody to win like the sentence game. It means that lots of people can be right with their set, but it relies more on getting the grammar right. So think carefully about the grammar. Right. See you soon.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye.
Steve. And there, Mr. Steve goes. Goodbye for now, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve is now walking out of the door. He's going into the kitchen and he's making a cup of tea. Oh, very nice. I can't wait to sample Mr. Steve's cup of tea. I am going now. I will see you on Wednesday from 2 p.m. UK time. Wednesday is when I'm back with you. And yes, I will carry on. For those worried that I might quit, I won't quit. I think if I was going to quit, I would have done it a long time ago. Thanks for your company. You can see I'm starting to disappear now. I look like a floating head. I look like a head that's floating. See you on Wednesday, 2 p.m. UK time. Mr. Steve might be here as well. He might pop in to say hello. It would be very nice to see your face at my door. Very nice indeed. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. See you on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you on Wednesday. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Stay happy, just like me. Ta-ta for now.